Healthy eating makes you feel worse. Hello there, my friend. Let me ask you something straight from the heart. Have you ever sat down to a nice healthy meal? Maybe a fresh salad or a plate of steamed vegetables, and thought I'm doing the right thing for my body, only to end up feeling gassy, bloated, or just plain uncomfortable an hour later? If you nodded, you are not alone. And if you are over 60, well, welcome to the club that no one wants to join. I had a patient named Harold, 74 years old, retired postman from Ohio. Great guy, sharp wit. He told me, "Doc, I eat healthy. I stay away from junk. But every time I eat broccoli or cabbage, boom, my belly turns into a balloon." He thought he was reacting to the food, but really his body was just trying to catch up. And that's what today is about. Because what if I told you that eating vegetables the wrong way can actually make inflammation worse, especially for folks our age? And more importantly, what if I told you that with just a few simple changes, you could enjoy all the benefits of anti-inflammatory vegetables without the side effects? Today on Longevity Life, we're diving into a very real but often overlooked issue. Why vegetables can make you feel bloated after 60 and how to fix it without giving them up. We're going to talk about the 10 best vegetables to fight inflammation, but also how to prepare them, how to train your gut, and how to feel good again after meals. You'll hear a story that just might sound like your own, and I'll give you real doable steps that could change your digestion and your energy levels starting this week. And stick with me, because tip number 3 might be the reason you feel worse after salads, and no one ever told you why. If you've ever felt gassy or bloated after eating what was supposed to be a clean meal, press the number 1 in the comments. That helps me know I'm not the only one who's been through it. All right, take a deep breath. Let's talk about the vegetables we love and how to finally make them love us back. The problem when your gut no longer acts, it's age. Let's talk about something we all feel, but not many folks talk about. Not at lunch, not even at the doctor's office. Gas, bloating, that tight waistband feeling after a healthy meal. If you're over 60, you may have noticed this. Foods you used to eat just fine in your 40s or 50s, now suddenly feel heavy, uncomfortable, or downright painful. You sit down for dinner, eat something with veggies, beans, maybe even whole grains, and then comes the pressure, the distension, sometimes even cramping. And if you're like many of my patients, you start thinking, maybe it's the food, maybe I'm just not meant to eat this stuff anymore. But here's the thing. It's not just what you're eating, it's how your body is digesting it. Now that makes the difference. What's changing after 60? Here's the short version. Your digestion slows down with age. Your stomach starts producing less stomach acid, which is essential for breaking down proteins and protecting you from bacteria. Your pancreas makes fewer digestive enzymes, those tiny helpers that turn food into absorbable nutrients. Your gallbladder slows the release of bile, especially if you've had it removed, which is more common than most people think. And perhaps most importantly, the balance of good bacteria in your gut begins to shift. Now add in things like years of antibiotics, stress sleep changes, or blood pressure meds, and it's no wonder your gut feels out of rhythm. But here's the twist. Sometimes bacteria that should stay in your colon sneak up into your small intestine where they don't belong. This is something we call SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. What happens with SIBO? When misplaced bacteria settle in your small intestine, they start to feast on what you eat, especially healthy fibers and vegetables. And as they digest your food, they release gas, hydrogen, methane, even hydrogen sulfide. Now picture 40 trillion little microbes having a party. That's what causes your belly to puff out after just half a bowl of cauliflower. And the longer this goes on, the more side effects start stacking up: nutrient malabsorption, constipation or alternating diarrhea, brain fog, low energy, even systemic inflammation. Now, you may not have full-blown SIBO, but even a mild imbalance in gut bacteria, what we call dysbiosis, can make eating veggies a struggle. So you start avoiding foods that are good for you. No more salad, no more broccoli, maybe even skipping dinner. And that's where things get worse, because now your gut isn't getting the fiber it needs. Your immune system starts weakening, and chronic inflammation creeps in quietly. All of that from eating healthy. If you've experienced this cycle trying to eat better, but feeling worse, press the number 2 in the comments. I want you to know you're not imagining it. It's real. And you're not alone. But here's the good news. You do not need to give up vegetables. You just need to understand how to eat them for your current body, not the one you had 20 years ago. Coming up, we'll look at what the science says about preparing veggies the right way, why broccoli sprouts could be a game changer, and how to gently retrain your gut to fall in love with fiber again. Stick with me. Your body still wants to heal. Let's show it how. The science. Why some vegetables hurt and others heal. Let's set the record straight. Vegetables are not the enemy, even if they have made you feel bloated, gassy, or uncomfortable in the past. In fact, they are some of the most powerful tools we have to fight inflammation, slow aging, and support digestion. But here's the catch: only if your body can handle them properly. So what's really going on? Not all vegetables are created equal. Let's talk about a family of vegetables called cruciferous vegetables. These include broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, kale, cabbage, and arugula. They are rich in special plant compounds called glucosinolates. When you chew or chop these vegetables, glucosinolates convert into sulforaphane, a powerful antioxidant that helps lower inflammation, support detoxification, protect your brain and heart, and even reduce cancer risk. Sounds amazing, right? But here's the problem. Your body needs a special enzyme to activate sulforaphane. It is called a myrosinase, and myrosinase is destroyed by heat. So when you steam, boil, or microwave your broccoli without preparation, you are cooking out the enzyme and missing the benefit. Here's the science-based trick: chop your cruciferous vegetables and let them sit for 30 to 45 minutes before cooking. Why? Because once the vegetable is chopped, the enzyme and compound get to work. Sulforaphane starts forming, and once it is created, it becomes heat-resistant. That means you can still cook your veggies soft for easier digestion and keep the anti-inflammatory benefits. Pretty cool, right? This is especially important for older adults with sensitive digestion. Soft vegetables are easier to chew, gentler on the gut, and, if prepped correctly, just as powerful. Let me know in the comments if you've ever heard of this trick. Type 3 if this is new info for you. Why broccoli sprouts are a game changer? Now let's talk about a lesser-known vegetable hero, broccoli sprouts. These tiny shoots grown in just 3 to 5 days from broccoli seeds have been shown to contain up to 100 times more sulforaphane than mature broccoli. Think of them like nature's concentrated anti-inflammatory dose. Even better, they do not need cooking. They are easier to digest. They are packed with enzymes, vitamin C and B vitamins, and they support the production of glutathione, your body's master antioxidant. That's right. One small handful a day of broccoli sprouts could help calm inflammation, support liver detox, improve blood pressure, and even boost brain clarity. If you've got a sensitive gut, starting with broccoli sprouts is like taking your first step back into a veggie-friendly world without the bloating. What about FODMAPs? Now, some vegetables cause issues not because of sulforaphane, but because of something else. FODMAPs. FODMAP stands for fermentable oligosaccharides, disaccharides, monosaccharides, and polyols. Simply put, these are fermentable sugars and fibers found in foods like onions, garlic, cabbage, apples, beans. For people with SIBO, or irritable bowel syndrome, These carbs are poorly absorbed in the small intestine, so they get fermented by bacteria, producing gas, bloating, and discomfort. That does not mean these foods are bad. It just means your gut might need a reset. That is where the low FODMAP diet comes in, a temporary elimination approach developed by researchers in Australia. It removes high FODMAP foods for a few weeks, allowing your gut to calm down, and then reintroduces them slowly to see what your body can tolerate. During this phase, you focus on gut-friendly veggies like zucchini, spinach, carrots, cooked kale, broccoli florets in small amounts, arugula. These vegetables are lower in fermentable fibers and easier for sensitive guts to handle. Why this matters for aging: inflammation is a root cause of almost every age-related condition. Joint pain, brain fog, heart disease, digestive disorders, even depression. But what most people overlook is this chronic inflammation often starts in the gut. And if your gut is constantly irritated by the foods you are eating, even healthy ones, your body stays in defense mode. That is why how you eat matters just as much as what you eat. Whether it is chopping broccoli in advance, adding sprouts to your sandwich, or starting low FODMAP for a few weeks, these are adjustments, not restrictions. You are not broken. Your gut may just need a little retraining. Stick around, because in the next part, I'm going to share the real story of how a 73-year-old man reversed his blood pressure and bloating just by adding sprouts to his routine. This one might surprise you. Harold and the power of a mason jar. Let me take you back to a quiet kitchen in a little town outside of Dayton, Ohio. Harold was 73, retired postal worker, a widower, proud grandfather of 4. He was the kind of man who still polished his shoes every Sunday morning and walked his old Beagle Max twice a day, even in the snow. But lately, Harold had been feeling off. He told me, "Doc, I eat right. I stay away from sugar. But no matter what, I still feel bloated after dinner, and my blood pressure won't budge. I'm on 3 pills already." Like so many older adults, Harold did what he was told. He avoided fried food. He switched to whole grains. He ate his veggies. But every time he had cauliflower or cabbage, he felt like someone pumped air into his belly. He was frustrated. He felt like his body was betraying him. Until one day, his college-age grandson came to visit, a bright kid studying nutrition, and he brought a gift: a mason jar, a mesh lid, and a small bag of broccoli seeds. "Grandpa," he said, "let's grow these. It's like gardening on your kitchen counter." Harold gave him a skeptical look. "Sprouts? You want me to eat grass now?" But he was a good sport, so they rinsed the seeds, soaked them, tipped the jar upside down to drain, and 3 days later, Harold had a jar full of fresh, spicy little sprouts. He started small, just adding a handful to his sandwich at lunch. That was it. No diet overhaul, no fancy supplements, no new medications, just broccoli sprouts. And then something surprising happened. Week 1. Harold noticed he wasn't as gassy after dinner. His jeans fit a little looser. He thought maybe it was coincidence. Week 2, he started sleeping better, woke up feeling lighter. He even mentioned to his pharmacist that his morning blood pressure reading was suspiciously low. Week 3. Harold's blood pressure dropped from the 140s down to the 120s over 75. His primary care doctor double-checked the numbers. "What changed?" the doctor asked. Harold smiled and said, "I stopped fighting my food. I started working with it." You see, what Harold did was not magic. It was science applied simply. By adding broccoli sprouts, he got a daily dose of sulforaphane. He calmed gut inflammation. He supported his detox pathways. And most importantly, he believed again that his body could change. Let me ask you something now. Have you ever felt like your body stopped responding to healthy choices? If that's you, drop the number 4 in the comments. I read them, and you're not alone. Because Harold's story is not rare. I've seen it happen with dozens of patients, men and women in their 60s. 70s, even 80s who just needed a way back in. Sometimes it's not about overhauling your whole lifestyle. Sometimes it's about one small action, one jar, one handful, one moment of saying, maybe my body's not done yet. So whether you're 73 like Harold or 82 like my client Nancy from Arizona, you have more control than you think. In the next part, I'll show you exactly how to build your own anti-inflammatory, gut-friendly daily routine with food-water movement and sleep all working together. Because feeling good after meals should not be a mystery. It should be your norm. Practical solutions. Eat to heal. Live to thrive. So now that you've heard Harold's story, let's talk about what it would take to make this real in your life. Not theory. Not guesswork. Just clear steps that actually work. Whether you're managing bloating inflammation or just want to age better. These daily habits are your building blocks to a calmer gut and a longer life. Let's get started. Step 1. Grow your own broccoli sprouts. You don't need a garden, just a jar of water and a bit of counter space. Here's what you need. 1 mason jar quart size, 1 tablespoon of broccoli seeds, 1 mesh lid or clean cheesecloth with a rubber band, filtered water or pre-boiled, then cooled. Instructions. Add 1 tablespoon of seeds to the jar. Cover with water and let soak overnight. In the morning drain, the water, rinse the seeds and place the jar upside down at an angle to drain. Rinse and drain twice a day, morning and evening. In about 4 days, you'll have a jar full of fresh broccoli sprouts. Start with half a cup per day. Add them to salads, sandwiches, or smoothies. Why this works? Broccoli sprouts are rich in sulforaphane, a molecule shown to support detox, reduce inflammation, and improve gut function. Plus, the sprouting process makes them easier to digest even for sensitive stomachs. Step 2. Build an anti-inflammatory plate. Senior Edition. Let's talk about what to put on your plate and why it matters. Your daily plate should include 1 cup of cooked cruciferous vegetables, like Brussels sprouts, kale or cauliflower, a handful of raw leafy greens, arugula, spinach, romaine, 1/4 cup of complex carbs, quinoa, brown rice, steel-cut oats, 3 to 4 ounces of protein grilled chicken, wild salmon tofu, 1 tablespoon of healthy fats, extra virgin olive oil, half an avocado or flaxseed oil, a spoonful of fermented foods, sauerkraut, kimchi plain kefir if tolerated. Pro tip: cook your vegetables until they are fork tender. This helps break down tough fibers and makes digestion easier. Flavor tip: add turmeric, black pepper, cumin, or ginger spices that naturally fight inflammation. Step 3. Hydration or digestion. Most seniors are dehydrated. It sneaks up slowly and affects everything from digestion to energy to inflammation. Here's your water goal. Aim for 6 to 8 cups per day, 48 to 64 ounces. Sip slowly between meals, not during. Add a slice of lemon, cucumber, or fresh mint if plain water is boring. Tip set: a daily reminder on your phone that says, drink water before coffee. Why this works? Water supports the movement of food through your digestive tract and helps keep your gut lining healthy. Step 4. Gentle movement to mobilize the gut. Inflammation builds up in your joints and muscles, especially when you're not moving. Here's a senior-friendly weekly routine. Daily walks, 10 to 20 minutes, even just inside your home. Chair yoga or Tai Chi. Twice a week for flexibility and stress reduction. Evening stretches. Focus on hips, lower back, and shoulders. Movement is medicine. It increases blood flow to your gut, stimulates peristalsis, the muscle contractions that move food, and lowers blood sugar, all helping reduce inflammation. Step 5. Sleep like it's medicine. You can eat all the sprouts in the world, but if your body doesn't rest, healing can't happen. Your immune system reboots during deep sleep. Your brain detoxes. your gut repairs. Here are your sleep upgrades. Stick to the same bedtime, even on weekends. Turn off screens 1 hour before bed. Use blackout curtains or an eye mask. Try a warm bath chamomile tea or calming music. Keep the room cool around 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Goal 7 to 8 hours per night. Every night. Step 6. Feed your mood and memory. Your brain is connected to your gut. It's called the gut-brain axis. When your gut is inflamed, your brain suffers too. Brain-friendly habits. Eat more omega-3 fats, flaxseed walnuts, wild sardines. Journal 3 things you're grateful for each morning. Stay socially connected. Call a friend or join a senior group. Get morning sunlight 15 minutes outside. These habits lower cortisol, improve memory, and support emotional resilience, especially in retirement. Want to take action right now? Type the number 5 in the comments if you're planning to grow sprouts or cook one of these meals this week. In the final part, I'll wrap all of this up and give you one simple step you can start today to make the rest of your year stronger, lighter, and longer. 1 small change. 1 stronger tomorrow. So here we are, my friend. We have walked through a lot today, bloating inflammation vegetables that both help and hurt, and most importantly, what to do about it. If there is one truth I want you to walk away with, it is this. Your gut is not broken. Your body is not too old to heal. It just needs the right kind of support. At Longevity Life, we believe that science doesn't belong in a lab. It belongs in your kitchen, in your daily routine, in the small habits that help you live well into your 80s and beyond. Let's bring it home. If you do nothing else, start here. Pick one of the 10 anti-inflammatory vegetables we talked about: broccoli sprouts, cauliflower, arugula, or kale, and find a way to enjoy it this week. Start small. Even 1 tablespoon of sprouts can make a difference. And here is my challenge for you. In the comments below, press the number 6 if you're going to take action this week. Grow sprouts, cook a new vegetable, or drink more water. That tells me you are serious about your health. And trust me, I will be cheering you on. Because what we do here at Longevity Life isn't just about recipes or food lists. It's about helping real people, just like you, understand that health doesn't end at retirement. In fact, with the right habits, this can be your strongest chapter yet. Just think if Harold at 73 could lower his blood pressure with a handful of sprouts a day. What could your next 30 days look like? So take the first step. Try something new. Drink more water. Cook 1 anti-inflammatory meal this week. Write down how you feel after, and if it helps you, know where to find us. Coming up next week, how to strengthen bones. Naturally after 60, foods, movements, and hidden dangers. We will talk about the real difference between calcium and absorption, foods that help your bones stay strong beyond dairy, and one mistake many seniors make that actually weakens their bones without knowing it. So don't miss it. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and turn on the bell so you never miss an episode. And if this episode helped you, would you do me a small favor? Share it with one friend or family member who could use some gut support too. This is Dr. John Smith, and I want to leave you with this. Inflammation is a spark. You get to decide whether it lights a candle or burns down the house. Take care of your gut, and it will take care of you. Stay curious, stay kind, and keep moving. Until next time, this is Longevity Life. See you soon.